we are going to chain 41. This is 41. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to reduce this chain to half. So once you have your 41, you're going to yarn over, skip the first one, and make a double crochet to the second one in the back loop, of the second one. Double crochet to the back loop, make a double crochet to these loops. So continue the double crochet and let's meet at the end. So we are here at the end. This is the last loop. We are not coming back, but we will crochet and go to this side, then go round. For the last loop, we are going to make 5 double crochets in the last loop here. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after we made 5 double crochets in the last loop, this is how it should look like. Now as you see, we are already going to this side. We'll just continue and crochet from the other side. So continue to crochet the next loop. And continue with our double crochet. Continue with the double crochet until we meet again here. So there you go. We still have one loop here, the last loop. So what we do, we will not also go back, but we will continue and crochet on the other side. So in the last loop here, we are going to also make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the last loop here, we also made 5 double crochet. So then we will continue to the other side, but instead of a double crochet, we are not going to make a double crochet. Instead of a double crochet, we chain 1, skip 1, and crochet into the next loop. You see, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next loop. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next loop. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next loop. So this, we have already started the net, making the net. Continue with the pattern, chain 1, skip 1, crochet into the next loop until you get to this end. We are at the far end now, the other side, and this is what we have so far. It should start looking like this. At the corner here, we will not skip. We will chain 1 and crochet into each loop, just only at the corner here. But then when we get to the side, we do it like here. We chain 1, skip 1 and crochet into the next loop until we are here. So in this corner here, we chain 1, we don't skip, we crochet into this loop, chain 1, no skipping, crochet into this loop, chain 1, don't skip, crochet into this loop, chain 1, don't skip, crochet into this loop, chain 1, don't skip, crochet into the next, into this loop, like that. So we have something like this. So now that we've finished with the corner, we chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet in the next loop, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, okay, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next loop, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next loop, continue with the same pattern until you are also at this corner, where we will repeat the same thing we did in this corner, and that will mark the end of our foundation net. That will make the end of our foundation row for this net pattern. Now we are at this corner. We will repeat the same pattern that we did at this corner. At the corner here, we are not going to skip anything, and it's the same thing we did at this end. So we will chain 1, don't skip, and crochet in this, chain 1, don't skip, and crochet here, chain 1, don't skip, and make a double crochet, chain 1, don't skip, and make a double crochet. And now we are at the beginning of our net crochet. So this was the foundation row for the net crochet. We got to where we started here, and this is your bag should look similar to this. Now we will begin with the second row, and this pattern we're starting now is what we are going to use the entire bag, or the whole body of the bag. And what we will do is to chain 1. We will chain 1 and crochet in here, chain 1, make a double crochet to this loop here. You see the loop is just before the other crochet, so we chain 1 and crochet into this loop, chain 1, crochet into this loop, chain 1, crochet into this loop, chain 1, crochet into this loop. So in the next row you will still crochet into this loop, and so you continue with the same pattern and crochet as many rows as you wish. Because the bag will stretch, so I suggest you don't crochet a very long one. when you put things inside it will stretch for. Now we have this as the mini bag. Now we need to make the strap, and the strap is going to come from here to this side. So I will continue with this and start with the, I'm not going to chain one, I'll just make a double crochet. Make 1, 2 and 3. So see, we didn't chain anything, and now we have our 3 loops for the strap. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, turn over and double crochet from the first loop, second and third. You chain 2, turn over, and now you will not crochet into the first, but you will skip it and crochet into the second, then crochet here, and then finally go here. Oh, so we ended up making 4 loops, so these are 4. Chain 2, turn over, skip the first, crochet into the second, so you have 2, then crochet into the third, you have 3, and then you have to make the 4th one here.
Make the strap as long as you wish, and let us meet when you are ready to join to the other side.
Now we are ready to join this to this side. See, I'm gonna go to one side, the other side where I want it to be, yarn and just pull through the 2, go here into the next one where I want it to be, just pull through, then here, then here, then like that. So you have this, see.